Welcome back to Still Becoming, a space for those who are learning, unlearning, healing, and becoming, one day at a time. I'm your host, Candice Escamilla. Today's episode is about something many of us grapple with but rarely name: the courage to begin again. We're going to talk about why starting over isn't a sign of failure, but a mark of wisdom, strength, and transformation. Let's dive into the winding, nonlinear journey of growth and why the words, "you are allowed to begin again," might just be the most powerful mantra you can hold. We're often told that life is a straight line, that once you climb the mountain, you stay at the summit, that breakthroughs lead to perpetual forward motion. But real life, it loops and doubles back. It's made of spirals, setbacks, sudden leaps, and long, slow pauses. See, we live in a world that glorifies linear success, but in truth, growth looks more like a maze than a map. And in the maze, one of the bravest things we can do is begin again. Somewhere along the way, we internalize the lie that if we start over, we've somehow failed, that the job that didn't last, the dream that shifted, or the relationship that ended all point to some deficiency in us. But here's the truth. You can outgrow a path. You can leave behind something that no longer fits. And you can change course, not because you're lost, but because you're learning. Starting over isn't giving up. It's honoring your evolution. There's also a clock we carry, a quiet ticking of expectations. By 25, I should have this. By 30, I should be that. But who set those deadlines? And why are we all trying to meet them? You are not behind. You're not late. You're not off track. You are exactly where you're meant to be, learning what you need to learn. And that's enough. Your story is valid even if no one else claps for it. You're not here to meet a timeline. You're here to become. Maybe you're in a low place right now. Maybe things fell apart. Maybe your heart is tired. If that's you, this is your reminder. You can begin again, right here, right now. Beginnings don't always look grand. Sometimes they're as small as getting out of bed, saying no when you used to say yes, applying for something even if you feel unqualified, speaking gently to yourself. These too are acts of becoming. You are not your past. You're not your mistakes. You're not your delays, your detours, or your doubts. You are the author of what comes next. And if you've broken promises to others or to yourself, you can rebuild. There is still time. There is still hope. There is still space. The most beautiful people I've ever known are the ones who whispered to themselves, "Try again," and then did. See, growth is messy. It's not always pretty or Instagram worthy. It's ugly cries at midnight. It's confusion. It's release. But in that mess, something sacred happens. You stop performing and you start becoming. You do not have to glow up to grow. You just have to be willing to keep showing up, even with the trembling hands and quiet voice. So how do we begin again? Start small. Acknowledge what's not working. Forgive yourself for the time lost, the dreams delayed, the decisions made in fear. Then ask yourself, what would it feel like one loving step forward? Take that step, even if no one notices, even if it's slow, even if you're scared, because momentum begins with a moment, and that moment can be today. So, what if you started over too many times? You haven't. You are allowed to begin again as many times as it takes. There's no limit on transformation, no statute of limitations on hope. You are not too old, not too late, not too broken, not too far gone. You are art in motion, and every time you start over, you're painting a new stroke on your masterpiece. You don't need permission from the world to start fresh, but if you do, this is it. You are allowed to begin again, and again, and yet again, until one day you look back and realize you didn't just restart, you rebuilt. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. If this message resonated with you, take a moment to share it with someone you need a reminder, or who needs a reminder, I should say. Their story isn't over. Your story isn't over. Remember, we're all still becoming. Until next time, I'm Candice Escamilla, and this is Still Becoming.